We have talked about a lot of things about the existence, and we have been talking about a duality. So duality means, so now we did talk about the existence, now we have to know about the non-existence. Then we have to get out from both existence and non-existence. So through the existence, when you look deep into it, now we have to see how the outside world is being created and how we see this outside world. Imagine or see whatever, if there is an object in front of you. So when you see, how do you see this object? You see this object as it is away from you and it is somewhere there. We have discussed this about a little bit about how this happened. How you see this object? The light falls into that object and then it blocks certain part of it, and when it goes into your eyes and it creates an image or a picture inside your eyes. So this is what you see. You don't see the object outside. What you see is what is happening inside your eyes. So when you look at you also, you can see part of your body. The same thing happens. So when you look at the outside world also, it's an image happening inside our eyes, inside us. So now you have to understand the world is not outside. It is within us, inside us. So now, how can there will be a world inside us? Is it possible? No. There's no way. Then where is this world? What you see as there is a world outside. What is how this thing happens? First, we have talked about earlier that you are the consciousness. So this consciousness is the thing which has created this world within us. The consciousness is what creating this world inside us, within us. So is this consciousness inside us? No. So what is consciousness? What consciousness is an illusion which our thought pattern created. Because we believe that there is a world outside and there are people outside and there is a world outside. So like that, we created a consciousness. So because of that, that consciousness created a world for us. This is something this is very difficult a mind to understand what I am talking about. First I told you to become the universal consciousness. And you are the universal consciousness. Now I am telling you the consciousness is fake. So that is why it is, you have to see it within and how it happens. Then only you will understand it. One day you will see it. There is nothing here. There is no world. There is no universe. There is nothing, nothing, nothing. So it's like a dream happening inside us. In a dream also you feel it is there, that we exist. We feel the touch, we feel everything. But there is no such thing called a dream. It's a dream. It's like a picture. So picture means like what you see on the TV. So same like thing happening here. So this is actually, it will take some time for you to understand and realize, because you have to work on it and so you have to see it. One day you will see there is nothing here. There's totally nothing. It's an image. The world is an image in you. And then you are also image. Now I told you it's an image happening inside you. Now think closely and see, deeply and see. And now I am telling you, you are also an image. This is very tricky. Unless you see this, you don't try to understand it. Because you can't understand with the mind, with the brain, because it is being created by the illusion. The brain or the mind is being created by this illusion. So with this illusion, don't try to understand the illusion. You will never be able to do it. So there are ways or techniques how to understand this. That of course I will not be able to describe or tell you. By words or by in a media like this. Because why? It is very, very controversial. And if a person hears this, if that person hears with the knowledge, then he will take it in a different way and he will get lost in it. So only I can talk up to a certain level. Then if there is someone who wants to know more about this, the best thing is that we have to sit in front of each other and discuss things. And I have to show you so much of examples, explanations, how exactly this is happening. and you have to meditate on it. You have to understand it and then meditate on it. Then only you will really see this. So earlier I told you there is nothing to do. Yes, there is nothing to do. But you have to know this first. And create a different thought pattern, a different way of thinking. Because now we have been caught up with a kind of a thought pattern. So you have to think against or differently from this thought pattern. Then only you will understand this. Because I have told you, it took me so many years. Because if somebody wants to know the truth, if somebody really wants to get out from this, you have to work hard on it. Work hard means you don't have to do anything, but you have to sit quietly and meditate on this. Then only you will know. Because our belief system has become so strong. So breaking this belief system is not that easy because it has been happening for so many years. And everybody does believe the same system. So getting out of this or thinking opposite of this or towards the opposite of this belief system, when you start doing it, people will tell you that you are crazy. You have gone out of your mind. Because I have experiences. All my friends came and told me I am out of my mind. I said, never mind, I'm going to do this. I'm going to find out the truth. Whether you don't like me, no, don't come to see me. But I'm still your friend. So it's up to you to decide whether you be a friend to me or not. And I told everybody is close to me. Don't try to stop me. Because I want to know the truth. So I'm looking for it. I might go crazy. Does not matter. So that kind of a need, it has to be there inside you. Then only you can go ahead with this. Otherwise, you will do up to a certain extent, then you will get a fear inside you and you will stop doing it. Because the fear comes time to time. Because doubts comes time to time. The mind will tell you are not on the right path. You are doing things against what other people are doing. You are thinking differently from other people. So this is the fear which comes into you. Because all the people are walking in one direction. But now you are walking against them to the opposite direction. So this is the thing. This is what it makes you difficult. Because in the outside world, with the people, they are moving towards one side. So they will not end. So then they will leave you. Why? Because they have to leave you because we are working in two different directions. So you have to have the guts or the power to move into the opposite direction. So then only anyone who has this power only can or only will be able to see this. So this total illusion, what you see, is a creation of the consciousness, of our own consciousness. There are no people or no trees or no animals outside. They are just like shadows. All these things are shadows, what you see outside. This, it is not real. But you will not believe me at the beginning, but if somebody sees this, then that person will believe me. All these things, including myself, is a shadow. But with the aid of our five senses, we will we are feeling the touch, we are feeling the coldness, we smell, we feel the smell, and we feel the taste. So compare this with, always with, when you fall asleep, what happens? There is no you neither a world. Both are gone. As long as our five senses are on only, you will see a world and you will feel the world. So that's why I told you, it's the world is created by these senses and the mind. So there is something else that we have to remember. These senses has its own limits. You know what I'm talking about. If you have eyes like X-ray camera, then what you will see? You will not see people. You will see some bones walking here and there. Skeletons. You see skeletons. So if your eyes are like uh, what you call like a camera, which you can see the energy body. If it is like a camera which can see energy bodies, then what you will see? You will see not skeletons. You will see kind of energies in different colors moving around, different patterns, different energies. So you will accordingly to the level of your senses, you see things differently. You can't hear what a dog can hear. You know that. Your eyes can't see what an eagle can see. So, with our senses, also we are being limited. So, limitations created this world for us, the capacity and its limitations. So now, if I tell you, if I give you a small example. Go to a dead man and let him and make his hands touch something. Let the dead man's hand touch something and see what happened. When he was alive, he could feel it. He could feel whatever he is touching. And he will know what he is touching. Now, what has happened now? Because his body is there, his hand is there, his eyes are there, everything is there. But there's no way that he can feel. So if it is the body is feeling, then still the body is there. Then he should be able to feel that. Or you just imagine, or you are unconscious. When you are unconscious also, same thing happens. When you are paralyzed, also it happens. When the part of your body is paralyzed. So if you put a needle into that paralyzed area, can you feel it? No. Still you are alive, but you can't feel. Imagine one leg is paralyzed. So one is paralyzed. The other leg will feel it, but the paralyzed leg will not feel it. Have you ever thought how this is happening? Because the pranic energy is not in that area. Even in a dead man's body, there is no pranic energy or life force is not there. So life force, when the life force is not there, you don't know what it is. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't feel. So this life force is the thing. So is that feeling is feeling in your body? No. What you are feeling, we feel that our body is feeling. When you touch a piece of paper, you know there's a piece of paper. But is how you feel this? Is it from you? You are feeling it from your body. When you're having a shower, you feel water running down your body. But if you give bath to a dead man, will he feel that? No. So now you clearly can understand your body is not feeling anything at all. Because of this pranic energy, with the aid of this pranic energy, there is a consciousness working inside us, not inside us, there's a consciousness. You can't say it is within us or it is outside, because it's outside and there's no outside or inside. So there is, as I told you, there is one consciousness working within us. This consciousness is the reason for all this. So this consciousness helps us to see a world outside. And that consciousness helps us to see that we are in the world. We are inside the world, and there is a world outside. Uh, so, is this true? Don't believe me. This is not true. You have to discover it on your own. It's our consciousness playing a game. So that is why we call it Maya or illusion. We are in a total illusion. We have got caught up because we have been thinking there is that our thought pattern. The thoughts are again created by the consciousness. Our consciousness creates thoughts, and the thought creates consciousness. It's working with hand in hand. So that is how they created this consciousness for us. So only way if somebody wants to get away from this, you have to realize this. You have to understand this and then realize it. So that is called enlightenment. So that is why I told you earlier we have to meditate on it. I can just only give you idea, but I can show you the path, but not like this. Because if I start telling you only by words, by being in two different places, it will not happen. So it will take some time, and you have to have the patience to know the truth. Because don't believe me, don't disbelieve me too, but I am just opening up an avenue, a way, a path. You can do this. You don't have to wait for the next life or whatever. It's all bullshit. You can do it, but only you have to have the urge. And that urge has to be more powerful than anything that you need. It has to be more powerful than health, wealth, and whatever you want from this world. You have to be more powerful. That thought has to be that whatever you have inside has to be more powerful than anything else. Then only anybody will start looking for this. Simply, if you want this, there's a sacrifice that you have to make. What is the sacrifice? Yourself. You should be able to sacrifice yourself to become enlightened. If somebody is not ready to do it, don't try it, because you will never get it. You have to pay by yourself. Self is the payment. Self is what you have to give to find this out. If you want to keep the self and still realize this, then forget it. It's a joke only. You will never get it. The people who are ready to sacrifice the self, then they can achieve this. They can see this. I can talk lot about this, but is there any point? No. When you see the illusion, there are so many ways you can talk about. Many, many thousands of ways you can talk about the illusion. And you don't have to know all the ways. You only one way that you have to know, which is that will be the this will be only your way, not my way. Because everybody who realizes by their own. That is why it is called self-realization. somebody can do it. Somebody can just give you the idea or the ideology or the technique. Actually, it's not ideology, it's a technique. You have to learn this technique from someone or hear this technique from someone, or you can find it on your own also. It is- Then only you will see, you will understand, will understand when why the Jesus said, "You are dead. You have to get up from death. Then I will be able to take you to heaven." So if you first you have to realize you are dead, then you have to get up from that, because that is why, because that we are dead. Throughout the day, just think about the things we are doing. We like to see nice things, things that we like, and we try to give liveness to our eyes. We have to make it. We try to make it alive. Then we like to hear nice things. For what? To make our ears alive. We like to eat nice things, tasty things, and for what? For what? To make our tongue alive. We like to feel comfortable touch. For what? To keep to make our body alive. But for how long? As long as you are doing it, as long as you are hearing it, as long as you are seeing it, your eyes is alive, your ears are alive, your tongue is alive, your body is alive. But you finish doing it, again it is dead. So this is what all the humans are trying to do, because we are trying to keep our senses alive all the time. Every moment to moment is what you are trying to do. So that is what the happiness we called. So-called happiness comes from there. So the blissfulness is not connected to the outside world, and the blissfulness does not come through the senses. It comes from within. It comes from inside you. So these are the two differences between the happiness and the blissfulness. So if somebody wants to become blissful, you have to know we are dead. And we have to wake up from the dead. Or we have to know we are seeing a dream. And you have to wake up to this dream. We have to wake up to this dream. So always remember that. That is why we call it awaken. Being caught up with the illusion, we are asleep. So we have to wake up from this sleep. Because once you fall asleep, it is dark. So that is why people call it, you are in the dark, come to the light. So that means you have to wake up from this and come to the light and see the light. So now you know how it is, I basically only up to a certain extent what it is. So beyond this, there's no point talking. It's again, you will hear some words and you will try to understand the words and try to know something. So it will again go as a knowledge. So this knowledge is not important. All you gathered has whatever the knowledge that you have to empty it. Even what you are hearing about the truth, about the reality, and you should not remember it. You have to let go. So only the path for the beginning is being aware of what you are doing. Be aware and know what you are doing, especially what the body is doing. So that is the most important thing. It will take you a simple connection with the mind and the body will take you to that level. Away from the mind is simply another way, is getting away from the mind. Mind is there. Mind is like a garbage box or waste paper basket. So now you know it's a garbage or a garbage box, so you keep it away. But sometimes you need that because you need the garbage box to throw away what you don't want. So always remember this garbage box and keep it away. Otherwise, the smell is all around. The bad smell is always there. Till you move away from it or keep away from your mind. Your mind is a garbage box. Remember that. Thank you.